Welcome on back, everybody, and welcome to another NFL mock draft on the channel. My name is Absolute Illusion. You can also call me Colton, though. And welcome to a 3-round Pittsburgh Steelers mock draft. As I just said, this is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers who hold the number 24 pick in the 2021 NFL draft. I think the route that I'm going to go here, as long as the player that I want is on the board, I have a very clear-cut area that I'm going to look to upgrade for them in the first round, unless somebody absurd ends up falling to them, which I don't think that they will. There's one player I am looking at very, very specifically, but we're going to see if that will even happen, if we can even get this player. We'll just end up seeing kind of what happens. I don't know a ton about the Steelers. They're probably on like my top 5 of teams that I know the least about. So definitely going to kind of have to go off of just some things that I'm aware of. So if there's stuff that I missed or anything like that, make sure you guys definitely let me know down in the comments. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to please hit the like button. It lets me know that you guys enjoy this. And please subscribe to the channel as well if you guys want to see more of this content. I was just looking at the analytics that I have. 94% of the people that have been watching my NFL mock drafts are not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you do enjoy the mock drafts, if you do enjoy any of the content and you want to see more of it, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. Without further ado, let's hop right in as we usually do. Steelers, 3 rounds, as per usual. We're going to set it to slow so we can watch it all unfold. A big trade did just happen today. I don't know if it'll kick in this thing. It won't affect this draft at all. But the Carolina Panthers just acquired Sam Darnold from the New York Jets or New Jersey Jets, however you prefer to say it, for a 6th rounder this year, a 2nd rounder next year, and a 4th rounder next year as well. I think it's a solid trade for both sides. The Jets were going to be picking a quarterback at number 2 overall anyway. Had to get rid of Sam Darnold. Maybe didn't get as much as they want for him, but still got a good amount from next year. And the Panthers, if they can get Sam Darnold up and running and moving and everything, he could be a very, very, very good player for them because he was on a crappy Jets team. So I think both teams ended up winning that trade. It's not about those two teams, though. We are on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, at least for this next year, have their quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger. Part of me feels like he probably should have retired after this year. Mac Jones goes to the San Francisco 49ers again. To be 100% honest, once it comes to draft day, it could happen, but if that actually happens, I'm going to explode because Trey Lance should be the pick there regardless. Trey Lance falls all the way to 9, though. Wow. Justin Fields is still on the board. Justin Fields is going to go to the Patriots, isn't he? Wow. What is happening? What is happening? What? Justin Fields goes 20 to the Bears. That is never happening in any imagination. There's a player I want on the board here. I'm going to take him. I'm not going to trade for anything because there's a player I really, really want on the board. And it's a player that I think come draft day, unless they trade up for some reason, I doubt that they would get another player. Personally speaking, I think that this player fits them better, and I think that they would actually prefer this player over the other one. And that is Travis Etienne. Main difference between the two is Najee Harris is definitely more of a 3-down type of a back. Basically a wrecking ball with legs. Travis Etienne is a home run just waiting to happen. Not the biggest guy. He's like 5'9", or 5'10", 210. He is literally just a big play waiting to happen. He's one of those players you just get the ball in his hands and let him do whatever he feels like. His NFL comparison, I was watching some film on him and everything, and like reading a bunch of the analyst takes on him and everything like that, leading up to this one. Because I really didn't know a whole lot about the two running backs aside from their like main stuff that you know about them. So I looked into both of them a bit more. Everything that I've been hearing or seeing from NFL analysts is that his projected like NFL comparison is Alvin Kamara. And if your NFL comparison is Alvin Kamara, you've got to be doing something good. This last season, he showed that he is a phenomenal receiving threat out of the backfield. You get the ball in his hands, he can take it to the house, any play. So I think at the end of the day, actually, I think the Steelers would actually prefer Travis Etienne. Don't get me wrong, Najee Harris would be great as well. And if they believe Najee Harris is their guy, maybe they trade up. I don't think that they're going to end up doing that because that's a far way to jump above the Cardinals. And I think that I think with the big playability that Travis Etienne has, I feel like you'd really, really love that type of player to kind of transition into whatever the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be as an offense once Ben Roethlisberger is gone. Rashad Bateman goes 25, though. Caleb Farley goes to the Browns. That's terrifying. Kwity Paye goes 27. Wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills and Terrace Marshall Jr. I don't like that pick. I don't like that pick one bit. There's Tony going to the Jets. That's a pick I like. I like that pick a lot. Azeez Ojulari, Zach Wilson, and Kadarius Toney. Not a bad way to start it off, if you ask me. I think this next pick, what I'm probably going to look at is I'm probably going to try to go O-line here, depending on the players available. O-line is definitely something that I think that they could be looking at here. Giving up a 6 and a 7. Just jumping up 11 spots. You know what? I think the talent level of the offensive line at this point in the draft versus at 55, I think is a bigger jump than people might think. At least for sure for offensive tackle. Maybe not interior offensive line. You know what? I'm going to hold on to my pick here at 55 and hold on to the 6 and 7. I just think that's a little too much to give up for that. There's still a lot of solid players on the board, and there's a couple of guys a little bit farther back I would even be okay with getting. And there's still there's 2 interior offensive linemen on the board that I like. There's even one of them that's just a little bit farther down that I like, who might be the guy I take. Wyatt Davis is gone, yeah, so they all end up going before me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. We are getting a trade offer, though. Dropping back a few more picks, dropping out. No. I am okay. There's still some very, very solid players on the board. One of which is somebody who has no business being on the board. And I don't think I can pass on him. The other player I was looking at is Quinn Meinerz, the interior offensive lineman out of Wisconsin. I didn't know a whole lot about him coming out of college, but I watched a mock draft from somebody that I watch, and they were talking about him, and so I decided to look into him a bit more, and he is very quickly climbing up my personal board of interior offensive linemen in this draft class. He has a lot of talent, and could be an immediate day one starter on the interior offensive line, I think. But right here, it's just best player available at a position that they can definitely still use, and that's Zaven Collins. He's the type of player that'll end up going late second or like early second round, maybe even late first round if a team loves him. So getting him at 55 here is a steal of epic proportions. So I think that anybody would be ecstatic about grabbing Zaven Collins there. Solid linebacker at just about everything. May not have the overwhelming talent that say Micah Parsons or Jeremiah Owusu has, but is really, really good at everything. No, I'm okay. Quinn and Maynard ended up just going off the board. Wisconsin and Whitewater. There's still so many players on the board that I like. Giving up a 6 and a 7 to jump, I didn't really think was all that worth it to me. Just because there's multiple players on the board that I would still be more than happy getting. And a few of them are actually even farther down the board, so I'm really not too concerned. Elijah Bolden going to the Vikings would be interesting. I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess whatever they decide to do, I don't think we need another corner by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a couple players on the board I still like a lot. Trading out of the third round, no. Trading out of the third round, no. Tyson Campbell is still on the board. Davis Mills is somebody you could look at. He's got a lot of just athletic ability. But the player I'm going to look at here is actually going to be Trey Smith, the interior offensive lineman out of Tennessee. Definitely a guard in the NFL, 6'5.5", 331. I know you could say corner is a bigger need for them, but this class has so many good corners in the mid levels, whereas the interior offensive line is a deep class, but the talent level that you can get in the second and third round is starter level. Whereas even in the fourth round for a corner, you could find a starter or a rotational guy there that I think would work still really, really well. And I love Trey Smith in their style of an offense. So I think that you'd kind of be silly to pass on him there. The only reason that you wouldn't is probably to take somebody like Paulson Adebo. Paulson Adebo is somebody that I would like going to them as well. You could say Tyson Campbell or Sean Wade, but I think they would like the play style of Paulson Adebo a bit more. Davis Mills goes to the Bucks, though. Alrighty then. Interesting. Why is Davis Mills suddenly ahead of Kyle Trask? That is interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't mind it. All right, we made 0 trades, unfortunately. We did end up with 3 picks total, the standard 3 picks that the Pittsburgh Steelers will have, number 24, 55, and 87. And we grabbed Travis Etienne, Zaven Collins, and Trey Smith. So definitely 2 big offensive weapons, both of which will be week 1 starters. Travis Etienne will be your running back 1, easily day 1. Trey Smith will be a starting offensive guard for you. Definitely help out that offensive line. Give it a bit of a better chance of being able to block for anybody, because it struggled on the interior this last season as well as on the outside. Then Zaven Collins, unbelievable value for getting him at 55. Will be an immediate day 1 linebacker for you and had no business being there at 55. So I think you'd be unbelievably happy to see him fall to 55 to the Steelers. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, though. If you guys like this draft, if you guys think I'm totally insane, totally fine. I probably am. But definitely let me know. I like hearing you guys' comments. I like hearing you guys' feedback. Maybe I missed somebody. Maybe there's somebody I need to look into a bit more. Definitely let me know. I would appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button as well if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of the content that we've got going on. And then follow me on Twitter as well while you're at it. You'll get all the updates on all of everything. If you're doing all the other stuff, might as well do that. Links down in the description down there. But with that, the Pittsburgh Steelers draft has finished. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this outro is. I still need to come up with an outro. I don't even have an outro, really. I'll figure it out someday, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll just come to me. If anybody else has any ideas for that, let me know, I guess. If you've made it this far in the video, that's absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate you so much. But again, thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.